Hello friends, welcome. It's Christmas Eve. I'm going to paint some toy soldiers. Let's bring the palette up though. Boo! This is just working beautifully. There we go. Done. Done. The palette's on. We're ready to paint. Hello, Emily. But first we have to decide what the hell we're doing. Don't want that. This one. Yeah, we've started a little bit of this. This is where we're at so far, but still a lot to figure out. Started it yesterday. Let's do a little bit of this, I guess. Yeah, that would have been cool. I should probably really finish this off. This is Christmas Lucy. I should finish her off, but maybe later. I'm rewatching Black Sails at the moment. Very exciting. I was in Taz for work again this week, continuing to become quite a hampering influence on my ability to paint toy soldiers. Looks like it's only going to get more challenging in the new year. I don't know why I decided to undercoat this in turquoise. Just felt like doing something different. It seems to be working okay so far. Might introduce some magenta into the other side, maybe. Stop trying to be quiet. Bye. Agnog, Black Sun. I love Black Sun models. The very first serious display pieces I painted were Black Sun. I loved them. Really great models. Send me your Instagram. I don't think I've seen it. You post pictures on there? on then. Share away. Awesome. Fuck me. You didn't tell me you're a jet. That's some awesome shit. Oh, okay. I'm a noob. This fucking paint's better than me. I'm a noob. Amazing. It's awesome. Had a revelation a little while back. Bucks and I were talking, and he's quite comfortably a far better painter than me now. We don't tell him that in person, but he's very comfortably better than me. And I've realised I'm on the down slope. I'm on the downward slope now. Things are only going to continue to go downhill from here. I'm going to get worse, not better. I'm too old. And I'm okay with it. Yeah, I quite like social media because it provides inspiration, but it does take a very strong mind to be able to not let that constant influx of information make you feel like you need to be doing more or you need to be better. Or it's hard sometimes to separate the forest from the trees and realise that every one of those people has probably painted for hours and hours and hours and put in effort, just like pictures of all those attractive people out there holidaying, jet setting around. That's not actually their life. It's the same with miniature painting. There's very few people out there who are able to do it professionally. And usually those are the ones that we compare ourselves to and go, wow, I'm nowhere near as good as that. My point that I'm trying to make is don't feel embarrassed of your work when you're on Discords. Your work's awesome. Just have fun. Just paint and have fun. I'm not sure how far out Crimson is at this point in time, but I feel like it is under a month now. I drive down on the 24th. Setups the 25th. Events 26th, 27th, 28th. So technically I am 1 month away from Crimson starting for me. That's exciting. Are you attending? You should be. Is that because of the fact that you don't live in Australia? Well, disgraceful. That's right. I picked you up from Top Stream, didn't I? You were on Top Stream saying hello, and then I raided or something, and you came over, and you're still here. What a legend you are. Well done, you. He's a wonderful man. Another example of hard work. Still owes me a hot tub stream though. He's never delivered on that. I think the deal was if I got him to 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers or something, he had to do a hot tub stream with his missus. Did you? How cool is that? I flew Qantas just this week to the beautiful Tasmania and back. Great airline, Qantas. I don't know what it's like working on the other side of airlines, but it's got a very good safety record. G'day, Paul. Hey, Paul. Am I going to do some crazy shit right now? Maybe a little bit crazy. Is that because you've got quite a few cheaper options over there, like Delta? Or am I way off base? Yep. There's basically 2 airlines in Australia, Virgin and Qantas. There's a few more now, but you're basically picking between those 2. G'day, Dion. You're excited about coming to the Crimson Brush, Dion. All I'll say is prepare for disappointment, mate. Prepare for disappointment when you meet me. And I say that because you'll be disappointed that everything is true. Tall, good looking, great at painting, very funny. It's disappointing for people when they realise that it's all true. It's just real Renaissance man. Paul, I have been graced with many wonderful qualities, and modesty is not on that list. I'll tell you, I despise false modesty, right? I despise people who are genuinely good at something and then try to downplay that fact. It's okay to be proud of your achievements. It's okay to have achievements. It's okay to celebrate that. It's just when that pushes into egotistical rubbish that it becomes a problem, which is probably why I have a problem, because it does tend to push into that for me. But is that going to work, Deno? Interesting. I don't think it is. Let's try it anyway. I finished the Gladiator, and then unfortunately I travelled last week. Got home on Friday, and just put a little bit of paint to brush on this chick yesterday. Just started the face, didn't do much, but so I really have no idea what's going to happen with this project. That is not the answer, Dano. But we'll figure it out. Yes, so I was just talking to Emily about Crimson Brush and her failure to attend, which I take as a grievous insult. However, one can only hope that we will be able to capture her and many other people's attention with the wonderful streaming setup that we plan to have on the weekend. And so I'd like to take this wonderful opportunity to ask you great people, what is that you would like to see from a stream at an event such as the Crimson Brush? Good. You are partially forgiven. What would tickle your fancy to see? What do you think would provide you enjoyment? Okay, Paul, that's a good one. Painters discussing their entries. Okay, I like that idea. I can make that happen. What else? Well, so I'll give you a little insight into one of our plans and get some feedback and your thoughts. So we are going to be doing an award this year, which is called the Streamer's Choice Award, or Stream's Choice Award, I should say. Actually, I can't remember what I called it. But we will need to have all of our photos taken by Saturday and uploaded by Saturday night, which is a mission. And the plan is then to provide a gallery where we will allow people to vote on their favourite pieces, and we will then take the top 10, which we will showcase live on stream, and people that are on the stream at that time will get to vote for their favourite, which will win the Stream's Choice Award. Now, there's some issues with this process, which I'm trying to resolve right now. The first, how do we prevent just 800 people getting their mates and loading up? We can't. So do we instead do something different? I'm not sure. That feels like the most fair way to deal with it so far. Anyway, we want to be able to involve the stream in a capacity that makes them feel a bigger part of the event. So that's our Streamer's Choice Award. So we may take the top 10 most liked entries from the Facebook page and have them be available for Stream's Choice. Or we may just pick 10 that we think are good enough. So Bucks Bucks was the host in season 2. I assume you're talking about season 2 of the event. And it was his first real time hosting a stream, being involved in a stream in a full capacity. You know, he's popped on here, and there's quite a little bit more to hosting than is first apparent, and I think he did an admirable job last year. But it's hard, and it's hard to dive deep and be engaging and still be across everything that's happening. And I think probably Bucks was surprised at how exhausted he was at the end of things. But yeah, one of the things. So there's a few plans we've got. So we're about to set up the the plan for the stream this week probably. We're going to get Dave to do a little hour paint demonstration, which will be cool. We want to focus just as much on people who've entered standard as we do people who've entered masters. And we want to make sure that we are showing as many of the models as we can. So hopefully this year we'll have a little bit better sound quality. We're going to have a little partitioned area that'll be a little bit further away from the main thrust of everyone, but no promises. Yeah, and we'll hopefully be able to involve the stream in a little bit more. But yeah, that's a good one, talking about composition color choices. I mean, I think for that type of thing, the judging stream is probably obviously our most in-depth example of that, but it depends on who we get interviewed, I suppose. The other unfortunate, Bucks is an entrant, and so there's probably a part of him that doesn't want to speak out of turn about other people's entries or, you know, anything like that. So he's probably hesitant to go too ham on things. Anything else you'd like to see, friends? You absolutely will be able to do that. And there's no such thing as a dumb question, only dumb people. So you're fine. yeah, we'll have a wonderful opportunity to catch up, mate. Actually, we probably won't. I tend to be pretty busy. I tend to be moving around all the time. Just making sure that everything is tickety-boo. And most of the time it is. Yes. Well, I used to run Warhammer tournaments, War Machine tournaments. Now I find myself running this event, and I ask myself, what about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough. Now I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live. But you just take more. You just take more than you give. What about me? So I'll divulge or divert for a little bit and just talk about the first time I started trying to paint things a little more seriously, because wasn't that long ago. It was only 6 or 7 years, and I remember I just decided I wanted to paint stuff a little bit better. I was playing Guild Ball at the time, and so obviously there was only like 8 models in your Guild Ball team, so you just had to paint 8 models. I was like, I'm going to try and paint these really good. And I remember I was absolutely chuffed with my works on Guild Ball. And I started basically feeling like, you know what, I just want to paint models like this. This is great fun. I don't have to stress about getting stuff ready for a tournament. I just get to paint models. How good's that? And then I took a class with Meg, and it was a very elucidating time, because I thought that I was travelling okay. Thought that I was painting some pretty good stuff. Turns out I wasn't. I was painting okay, but I was painting the same as most painters do when they start that transition over to display painting. You're still thinking about things from a wash, shade, highlight perspective, and just very much in that mindset of this is how things are painted. You don't think about volumetric highlighting. You don't think about things like atmosphere. You're just painting. And Meg's class really changed a lot of the ways that I think about things, which was great. And that was the moment when I was like, yep, I am hooked right now. And I started painting busts pretty much all the time from that point. So it's it's a hard road to go away from, Dion. Bucks and I are probably some examples of people who do still paint army stuff. Paint my Marvel Crisis Protocol and my board game figures and all sorts of stuff, but hard to go back. My style tends to be pretty consistent across both of those things. Good or bad thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, my style tends to be um, in the colour choices and like the brush strokes and that sort of thing. So I tend to be very uh, recognisable in that regard. Most of the time, people will know when I've tried to paint something to a high standard. Has everyone seen the Gladiator? Should I show off the Gladiator? I don't know if I've shown that off much. It's mostly just time, mate. You know, a gaming piece or a board game piece, I'll just spend 2 hours on and move on. Grab the Gladiator. So you want to fix his eye while I'm here. What? You fuck off. Better. Here, I'll zoom in on him for you. There's a skin colour, Demo. Get yourself a skin colour. Fix that up. That's disgraceful. Yep, I like it too. Pretty good for the amount of time I spent on it, I think. Yeah, that's better. Oh, what about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live. You just take more. You just take more than you give. Let me provide you a very small piece of insight, mate. The majority of painters that are trying to get better tend to have things mixed up about what they need to do to get better. Most of them think they need to watch more videos and learn more. Generally, the thing holding most people back is exactly what you just described. An inability for their brush to do what they want it to do. And that is only corrected with practice. Which is why Topulus, Jared, Bucks, dudes that you've seen significantly improve a lot. It's just because they painted. It's just because they got stuck in and had a crack and then kept having cracks, kept going over and over. That's all it is. I did used to be like that. It definitely does, Paul. But I'll tell you why. well, I'll tell you why I believe it does. One of the reasons why I believe it does is because you're spending 20 hours painting. Like, you think about it, when was the last time you spent 20 hours sitting down and painting? It's absolutely great to get that knowledge and, benefits, but you're just sitting down and painting for an extended period of time, refining your skills, implementing things that you've learned straight away. I do have a lot of projects sitting over here that are unfinished as well. It is absolutely one of the benefits of classes is not just the immediate feedback, but also, you tend to build some relationships with the people at the class, and that generally results in, everyone being on a journey together and having good conversations about their works. It's good. It's good. I don't know what it does to make you cry. I'll be there to make you smile. I don't need a fancy car to get to you. I'd walk 1,000 miles. Thank you, John33461. It's very nice of you to subscribe at tier 1. Here is a video of a model that I painted. It is a classic video. It's a good video. Yesterday when I pulled this model out to paint this, I very nearly pulled out my collection of Neko Galaxy models in preparation of our Cyberpunk City diorama. And I may still do that. We may actually do some live photoshopping on stream. I know, it's risky of me to showcase my photoshopping skills, but sometimes got to do it. because I reckon we need to get started on that. Could be a nice little project. Get the creative juices flowing. I'm absolutely racking my brains trying to come up with a better way to do a streamer's choice. Depending on how many entries we have, it's just not feasible for us to bring every model and display it on the screen as much as we would like to. So I feel like we have to do a gallery. And if we have the gallery uploaded by Sunday afternoon/evening, then that gives everyone an opportunity to look through the gallery, vote for their favourites in the gallery, and from there we can determine. Yeah, that's the other option. G'day, Node Kaju. I am probably a little different to most when it comes to projects. For most of these types of things, I have zero preparation. I just picked this up yesterday and started painting. I don't know why I pulled this colour and turquoise. For this one, also no preparation. Just started painting. For the big project that I just showed off before, Camelot, for example, which I'll just pop on again in case you missed it, there was a lot of preparation for this one. Not in terms of colour choices so much, but just in understanding how all the models would go together, you know, how I would actually paint and build it at the same, you know, at a specific time. You know, it took quite a lot of construction to pull everything together in a cohesive way. So for the most part, no preparation. I like to feel very much like it's all happening just organically, I guess. See, Dion, that's the second option, right? We don't go and upload the photos until after the event or the night of the event, like I've done in previous years, and we allow the Masters entrance as another nod to those people who've entered Masters to pick to pick the ones that we'll put up for stream. So we'll maybe just pick 10 that the streamers choose from. That's a much less labour intensive way of doing it. So we may end up on that on the weekend, depending how things are travelling, depending how Dave's going with photos, etc. Don't want to overload the poor bloke. He's not got the constitution I have. Alright. I think I'm going to do some cheating. Why are you spattering, little thing? I don't want you to spatter. I want you to be clean as a whistle. So there's two things that are really tricky about airbrushing. The first is there's no tactile sensation of what's happening. Right? You don't feel your brush tip touch the model. There's no responsiveness through the airbrush. It's all visual. And so that's a really hard thing to like get used to, because we rely quite a lot on that feedback, probably more so than we know. So the only way to get that control is practice. But the second part, which people probably they understand it, but is dilution and air pressure is this combination thing where if you don't get them right, you won't be able to utilize that control. So You need to understand how to dilute your paint and or control your air pressure. So, and probably you need to do it in the opposite order to what I just described. Once you've figured out how the air pressure and that sort of stuff works, that's when you can start to go, cool, now I need to practice my control. It's surprisingly easy once you have that first part unlocked, if you will. We're talking like a couple of hours. Once you've understood, all of those various bits and pieces, it's actually not difficult. To get to that point, though, good luck. But people probably make it out like it's harder than it is. It's actually not hard. It just takes practice. This may be not a good choice, but we'll try it anyway. very boring today, aren't I? Just painting away. Painting my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Terry Crews in White Chicks, possibly one of the funniest scenes ever filmed. I need you, and I miss you. Alright, I feel like we need to do some other bits so that we can figure out what is happening with the rest of the model. So let's do that, Dano. G'day, Jared. Oh, Jared's painted this model. Sure, he'd love to share a picture with everyone of this model. I'm putting it on him today. I don't think it was that long ago. You brought it to Crimson last year, didn't you? So it's only a year. But yeah, feels like ages ago because you've done so many models since then. And some of them have even been good. Yes, I have not really figured out what to do with the hair at this point. I've just put some basic stuff in. Won't be too big, mate. Just heading to my families to spend some time with my niece, nephews, and my parents. I'm not a big celebrator of anything really. Every day is a day for celebration in my life, mate. It is good looking, it's funny, you know, get enthusiastic about it. And I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Just trying to figure out a few aspects of where I want the eyeballs to be facing. Paul, this is from one of our wonderful sponsors, Inu Kingdoms, mate, for Crimson Brush. It's a range of fantasy, beautiful ladies. Jared, no, unfortunately, I'm not taking any time off over Christmas. Most of the time I'll take off over this period is in the end of January, so I tend to take about 3 weeks in January. So it is cool. I am cool. cool? You going to share it with me, or are you going to be a holdout guy? Ha. Is it big? I like that. Yes. Good morning, Yab. What camera do I have? I use my Panasonic Lumix for mine. Oh my god, Seb is working on an entry. Yes. Yes. That's so good. I love it when Seb gets to enter. It makes my day. We'll get Emma's thoughts on this one. Over here, Emma. Jared just sent me some photos. Quick. You're not going to be on camera if you stand here. Look, I'll show you. You can come. This is the edge of the thing, right? So you can come all the way over.
I can see.
Great. You can see. What do you think of this?
Wow. Beautiful.
You're a loose cannon, Jared. You're a loose cannon. I'm going to share a perspective that I have, which I don't think is necessarily a good perspective, but it is one that I have. And don't take this as a criticism of your paint job. I dislike when figures are used out of context. Like I hate. I think I've expressed this before to you. I'm in this to see cool knights and dragons and wizards and fighting and stuff. Yeah, that's the thing that rustles my jimmies. So I'm always ambivalent, or worse, towards things that don't fall into that. However, I think it's a good piece. A lot of work in it too. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really express it any differently to how I have. You know, other than I just very much like the story of you know the brave hero rescuing the princess from the dragon or whatever it is. You know, whatever that thing is. Hard for me to express it any further than that, really. The right thing for the weather. No. Yeah, and one of the great things about this hobby, mate, is everyone gets to do it in whatever way they want. It's different. It's good. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a piece at some point where I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. I never would have considered doing this. But it's so great. That's not the one, though. How do we feel about the latest Spira? I love Lucas, and he can do no wrong for me, but I haven't bought a Spira in quite a while. And I can't really pinpoint why. That one was not one that enticed me into doing so. It's fine. Yeah, fair enough. No judgment. There was a period of time where Lucas would announce a model and I'd buy it before even seeing it. Boom. Deceptively hard model, this one. Really? Deceptively hard. This goes out to my crew, Decepticons. Yo, how many dudes you know got skills to go and rock a show like this? I don't know anybody. Check to the mic, check 1, 2, come through. Are you hype yet? That's a great question, Dion. I don't. Yeah. I've subjected myself to enough of that over my period of painting models that I don't do it anymore. And sometimes you realise halfway through that you're not enjoying the model. And in that instance, I'll generally push through to a finished-ish standard, but if it's a genuine model that I'm like, nope, I have no interest in that. First of all, I won't even buy it. But second of all, I just won't paint it. Life's too short to paint shit models, mate. time for some liquid skill. No psychological tricks. Well, certainly not for me. During Camelot, there was obviously pieces that I did not, or parts that I did not enjoy as much as I did others. Thanks, Gary85295. But you find a way. Gary, I'd like to share with you a video of a model that I painted. Thanks, Gary. Hey! I wasn't sure if I was going to put him on that at all, actually. He's out of sync with everything else. Merry Christmas, mate. Thank you to you. G'day, Top. It's not Camelot, mate. That's not the new project. Don't be ridiculous. That's just me showing off. I did do a lot of work on that, Gary. Yes, it took quite a while, and we did most of it on stream, actually, didn't we, friends? I recall. I was definitely streaming at that time. I don't recall doing a lot of building on stream, but I'd have to go back and watch. It's been a while. So I'll just once again take this opportunity to remind everyone, Crimson Brush coming up in just over 4 weeks now. We will be doing a number of live streams. It will be perfect time for our American friends. It will, if off the top of my head, 9 o'clock now, it's probably about 5 o'clock for most people in America. Top, Emily, tell me if I'm wrong or right there. Seattle, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday. (3 p.m) Alrighty. And is it earlier or later as you head across America? My guess would be, yep, 6 p.m. Great. So, yep, the Crimson Brush stream will be starting probably around this time, maybe an hour later, on Friday, January, and it'll be running for about 6 to 12 hours. So for the wonderful Americans, it will be perfect time for you all to catch a little bit of live Australian painting. We've got lots of great plans for this year's event on the streaming front, including the Streamer's Choice Award, where the stream will actually get to nominate an award, a winner of an award, which I'm very passionate about. Been very passionate about the stream in general. One of the biggest challenges we have in Australia is the tyranny of distance. We have a very widespread painting community, and by streaming we are able to connect with a few more of those people, which is nice. And by virtue of doing so, we also get to share a little bit of our painting scene with other parts of the world, which is also nice. Great question, Jared. I was discussing it this morning. Yesterday, I nearly pulled out the girls and started doing it. And as a matter of fact, I even committed to doing a little bit of photoshopping on this stream, which we might start very shortly. And yeah, we'll start preparations. I think we may even start it in the next few days. We'll have some opportunity to do so. So why not? Well, this is what we need to determine. Do I need to pick a few of those up? So I feel like one of the things that's been holding me back on the project is I've got a lot of hopes and dreams for LEDs. Maybe I need to just relax my goals a little. Calm my farm, as it were. Or do we go ham? Let's have a look. Alright, let's have a look. This is going in a very weird direction that I was not expecting. Okay, I'm going to grab all these little ladies down. And then we're going to go to the Nico Galaxy website, and then we're going to figure out how to jam them all together. How many models do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. We could go a few more. Alright, so I'm going to load up the website and share the website. G'day, Buxerino. Turn that off. We'll turn the palette off. We'll load up Nico Galaxy. Alright. Hi, Yana. Can I filter by 75s? Hey. Okay. Let's have a look. So, the first chick I've got is this one. How do I? There we go. Okay. Go away. This is a very annoying website. I'll just save that image. Okay, so the first thing I think about in dioramas like this is direction of the model's facing. So you can see that she needs to be on the left side of the diorama, like this, so that she's facing centrally. Now, I'm not going to be able to do exactly what I'd hoped, so I had started thinking about this in a different way now. So let's go a U shape. All right. So the U shape will allow us to have two overhanging things. So we'll have a central little plinth like this, hopefully with wiring, and then we'll have a post pole underneath, and then we'll go out in a U shape like this, and then we'll build up, and then we'll be able to go like across like this with a little corridor and what have you. So she will be on the left side of the U. Okay. This chick, Rosa Sagrada. Let's find her. Where are the rest of them? Here we go. Is this both? No, this is just her. Cool, so she is on some pipes, so she will be on the right hand side, so she's looking towards us, but maybe even, shut up Todd, shut up, maybe she'll even be quite far overhanging. Is there one of just her by herself? Cool. So this chick has a dog, I think, Andromeda Fane. Is that right? No, not Soma. I've done Soma. No, she's not the one with her dog. Okay, so she's front on. So we're going to need to have height. But she looks like she should be right on the ground, so she'll probably be down here. Okay. Now, this chick is one of my favorite models. So let's just go and have a look at her. Yawa. So she can face any way, but I think we will put her here. Potentially. So I want to have a road going across the two things. And what are the new ones, Top? What are the ones that I haven't got? Well, I'll see that, I guess, in a moment, shortly. Takuechi Mariuino. This is a DC model. Let's see Dave's paint job. Yes, there she is. Great paint job by Dave, actually. First time he did some drop shadow. I'm going to take a fair bit of inspiration from Dave's background there as well. She's pretty straightforward. This chick is a problem. So I love this model. Do we have her and Yawa talking? No, I don't think so. May not be doable for both of them because of the fact that they're both on things. That's a tricky one. Where do I put her? So that leaves us with 3. Oh, here's the one with the dog. Here's the one with the guns, and Misty sitting on the thing. So the Misty one will be good. That'll be able to hang high and create some space. Rosa Sagrada. I need to have a look at her because I don't really want like super athletic ones. Supposed to be a very much a chill vibe. So new ones that I do not have are, I didn't get this robot guy because I wanted it to be all girlies. Who painted that? Will did that. What a legend. And Angel Geraldes did that one. Okay, cool. So I've already got Misty. I've got an ATM machine. I'm not a fan of Henry. Just put some long hair in it. Might have a look at this ramen shop actually. Maybe I need to order that. Has Jim got any of these? Has Jim got the ramen shop? The only two that I don't, I mean, Travel in the Desert Sea is an incredible model, but I don't think it fits in with the vibe of what else I've got going on, so I'm not going to include that. She does fit. She does fit a lot. She's beautiful actually, look at her. That's a great model. Is it a keto? Yeah. That's a stunning model. Who painted that? Great dude. Is ramen shop tiny, is it? Oh, so it's not 75mm scale. 65mm architect. Oh yeah. 15mm scale figures. Shan't be getting a ramen shop. Huh. Who painted that? Yeah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why have I got all these these fucking photos in here. View. Group by. Date modified. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I missing? Misty. I'm sure this is absolutely stunning viewing, but look at that. Who did that? Carlos Tobes, you are an absolute jet. That is amazing. Okay. So I'm going to sketch it out a bit now, I think. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so if we put Misty here, hanging off the side of a building. And we'll have someone underneath her. Which would be Yawa. And then we'll have a bit of road there maybe. And then do a tunnel thing underneath. Maybe we'll go higher on this side actually. Okay. Yeah, Pietrick's a legend. Hasn't asked me yet though. I'm gonna fucking bash him. Okay, so maybe we try and do a little bit of an upper crust society versus an underground society. So go 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, and then this one can have a thing connecting. Maybe I'll actually do it that way. Alright, I'm gonna do a top-down view for myself. Alright, so one section which will be the highest point with the building, and then this section which will be lower, and then a walkway connecting the two, no, not connecting the two, travelling underneath this one, like that, and then underneath that is a ground floor. And then, so if we look at it front on, it will look like this. This. That needs to be a little bit higher probably. It goes underneath. And then ground floor. Kind of like Necromunda Underhive type thing where you've got rich people at the top. How's that going to work, Dano? I think we need to not go square. I think we need to go oblique angles like this, more across it. So what buildings do I have right now? I did some 3D printing in advance for this, knowing that this project was coming. So I've got some little things, some little bits and bobbies that'll work nicely, including this little face thing, very thematically appropriate, and this little bit, whatever that is, this little thing, little ATM machine or something, first aid machine, cool. Oh, you can't see that, Dano, what a dickhead. Good. This little ring-a-ling. What's the little knickknacks? Air conditioning units. Okay, lots of good things. Lots of good things to use there. I feel like I need... I feel like I need a big building to frame it around. I might go to Hobbyrama today. Sounds like we're starting this, friends. Let's get excited. Maybe I'll go to Bunnings and start making some bits out of wood. Yep. Alright, I think I've got a good plan in mind now, so... we might trundle off, friends. It's a busy day ahead. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. Unlikely to be back tomorrow night for Christmas streaming, but who knows? Never know your luck in the big city. See what's happening tomorrow. I'll be too tired probably. So, but have a wonderful Christmas with all of your friends and family, and we'll see you all next week sometime. Probably starting painting some of this shit. Thanks, friends. Big down.